Hey Falcons, Mr. Tobin back once more for our final virtual weekly announcements of the school year. I want to say thank you to everybody for sticking with me all week long. I want to thank you for sticking around with us for the last 9 weeks as we have gone through a lot of ups and downs. These have been some very difficult times for a lot of us, families, students, even moms and dads really sometimes just don't have the words to really express how things are going. So I'm coming to you tonight from my basement. I wanted to make sure that on our last one you saw the real Mr. Tobin, you saw the real me, because there are some real feelings, some real emotions that are coming out for our last announcement of the school year. We do have some important things that we need to get across to all of our families, especially our grade 8 students who we have something planned for you for the end of the week, and it's really important that we get that information out to you guys. So here it comes. So first off, we have a quick announcement for anyone who borrowed tech from the school. So that's laptops, iPads, anything that's school related. That tech is expected to be returned at some point this week. If you wouldn't mind, please contacting the school. You can bring that in and drop that off at the office. They'll be glad to see it in the next little while. So one other thing we have is yearbooks. Yearbooks were available online on Cashless Schools, so some of us probably have ordered some of those. If you did order a yearbook, those will be available to you in your report card, so those can be picked up on Friday when you come in to get your report card. One of the great things that we've been able to do this year is provide a yearbook to all of our leaving grade 8s. So grade 8s, you will get a yearbook for free, which is an awesome thing. We want to thank Mrs. Brown, Mr. Hickey, and Miss Cumbias for providing that for our grade 8s. You can pick those up at school when you get your report cards. So another quick announcement, just a reminder about report cards, that they are available a couple of different ways. You can either have a hard copy of your report card printed off, which can be picked up from the school on Friday between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Also, you could pick them up on Monday as well. The school will be open. Teachers will be working on Monday, so you can pick it up then. But the easier, more convenient way for parents is if you would like your report card emailed, all you need to do is send your homeroom teacher a quick note, email, let them know you would like to have the report card emailed to you, and we can hook you up with that. So that's an easy email to send to your student's homeroom teacher requesting that email. That is clearly the preferred option because of the still we have the social restrictions. We need to keep our distance, not let too many people into the building. So if you can accept that emailed report, then please do that. A couple of other things. Also, Mrs. Brown did want me to let all of our families know that there is still a ton of stuff that has been left at the school. We have lots of leftover clothes, lost and found items, sneakers, school supplies. There's a ton of stuff at the building. If you have forgotten something, if you've lost something, all you need to do is contact the school, make an appointment to come into the building at any time this week to collect those things. We would prefer clearly that it would be done on Friday, but if you are unavailable on Friday and need to pick it up earlier in the week, simply contact the school. Kathy, our secretary, can easily do that for you. Her phone number is 658-5338, and she can hook you up with an appointment time to come and collect all of your belongings. So this last piece is specifically for you grade 8s. We have some cool stuff coming up for you on Friday. We know that it's a really tough position for you guys this year. You don't get a lot of things due to the restrictions and canceling school and all that. But we did want to do something special for you guys. So we do have a celebration planned for you. Hopefully some of your parents have received all that information. The plans are on Friday afternoon from 12 o'clock until 3 o'clock. We have some stuff available for you guys. So what's going to happen is you're going to be invited to come into the school to collect up all of your stuff. So your yearbook and your report cards and all that kind of stuff. We are still limited to what we are able to do. So what we've decided is that parking will take place down by the soccer field. So moms and dads will park down by the field. You can walk up the path by the shed in the front yard. and proceed onto the front lawn. From there, we will have little booths available for all of the teachers. So the grade 8 teachers, Mr. Rideout, Mr. Cameron, Mademoiselle Cairns, and Madame McPhee will all have a little booth where you will go to collect your yearbook and your report cards and anything else that they have for you. You'll be able to get pictures. Obviously, we do have some issues with our social distancing, so we do have to still keep that in mind. But you'll be able to take some pictures with teachers. The rest of us will all be out there as well. So Mr. Gogan will be there, Mr. Dunn will be there, I'll be there, Mr. Halford, Mrs. Long, all of your specialty teachers will all be out there. So anybody that you want to get a picture with before you leave the school, you are certainly welcome to do that. We will also have a photo booth for families. If a family member wants to get a picture with you, we'll have that available. And best of all, there's cupcakes. So you'll be able to get a cupcake before you head on off. It's just our way of kind of trying our best to give you some sort of send-off. We know you deserve it, and we want you to have that piece for, looking back as some memories for this year. So we have received word as to what's going to happen in September for returning to school after our summer break. So just a quick little rundown of what that's going to look like for a lot of our Falcons who may not have heard what's going on. So our kindergartens and kindergarten grade 1, I believe, and even a little bit of our grade 2s. We're looking at some minor changes, nothing, earth-shattering. We are going to get into a few things like smaller class sizes. There is big emphasis on sanitation and cleanliness and social distancing and all those kinds of things. So it might be a good idea for those of us who have students at that young age to start really hammering home and talking about those social distancing policies and all of those things that are going to come up in the new school year. So our 3 to 5s and our 6 to 8s are relatively unchanged, actually, which is very good because that gives us the opportunity to kind of get back to some normalcy. There is still going to be some changes, so things like washroom breaks and moving between classes and those kinds of things, that kind of stuff is going to change. So be prepared for a change at the middle school end, especially for things like break time, changing classes. That's all kind of going to change. And unfortunately, that's the way our world works right now. We're going to get back to normal where we're going to be moving classes. We're going to be able to come and go kind of as we please. But for now, right now, that's kind of where we sit. There are some issues with transportation that we still have to hammer out. We know nothing about transportation. That's something that the district is working diligently to try and solve. We don't have that power. That's not in the school's hands. That's all in the district. So once they figure that out, they will release that to the public. But we are super excited that next September, we are going to be back in the classroom with all of you sitting in front of us with your charming, smiling faces sitting there, ready to learn, ready to get to work. Now, grade 8s, this is big time for you. We got some changes for our grade 8s. So when you move on to high school students have a very, very interesting, I will use that word, interesting way that they're going to be doing school next year. You're going to be going every second day. So week number 1, you're going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll be expected to do at-home learning, and for real at-home learning. Not like the stuff that we've been doing this year, which was kind of suggestions and, you should be working on these projects. There will be projects for you. There will be at-home learning that you will be responsible for in terms of marks for your report card. So pay very close attention when you go to that high school in September, because there's some cool stuff coming your way. And I guess it's different. And change is not always a bad thing. Sometimes change can be scary. I personally am not a great fan of change, but it is what it is, and we will deal with it the best way we know how. So I'm super excited that in September, I get to see some new faces from new schools, but I also get to see some of those old faces back again. And so I can't wait for September to roll around. So clearly, what would the weekly announcement be without our birthday kids? So if you are celebrating a birthday this week, this is our last round of birthdays, and I'm so sorry that we couldn't get everybody in for the month of June. We just simply ran out of time. That's sometimes how it goes. All of you that celebrate birthdays over the summer, we still want you to have a great birthday, but we do have some special people who are celebrating this week, and they are coming up next. Happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating this week, as well as all of our summertime babies. Happy birthday to you guys as well, and we'll get back to the rest of us in September when we get back to school. So we have reached the end of our announcements. Grade 8's moving on to high school. I want to wish you nothing but the best. I know that you will make us proud. I know that you will do wonderful things in high school. I need you to work hard. I need you to study because you never know. One of you may be the next person who comes up with the magic antidote for one of these crazy diseases that's going around like this corona thing. So work hard. I know that you'll do wonderful things. For those of you that are coming back in September, as I said earlier, we can't wait to get you back into the building. I know that it's been a tough go, and a lot of you are super excited. So please, please, please have an awesome summer. For you grade 8s that are leaving, remember, once you're a Falcon, you are always a Falcon, whether you like it or not. That's how it is. Those of you that are coming back to the nest next year, we can't wait to see you in September. That's all we got. Have a great summer. If you need anything, you know that emails are checked out sporadically through the summer, so you can always send somebody an email if you need them. But have a blast. Get outside. Do something fun. Make sure that you are active every single day. Practice some reading. Never hurts to do some math. And with that being said, Falcons, I am giving you the sign off today. Be respectful, be responsible, be safe, and be kind. I want you to have a great summer, and I will see you all in September.